From zero-point energy to Merkaba. 1. Where light is born. We have seen the geometry of light, the sacred structures hidden behind matter, the invisible patterns that show us the universe is not chaos, but a design, with order, with rhythm, with intelligence. But today, we go deeper, not only into the shape of light, but into the place where light is born. A place no one has ever seen with the physical eyes. Yet every particle in your body, every star in the sky, every thought moving through your mind is emerging from it. Science calls it the quantum vacuum, or the zero-point field. But in the ancient language of spirit, it is a living field of light, a vehicle of consciousness, a sacred energy structure known as the Merkaba. If sacred geometry is the geometry of light, then the zero-point field is the ocean where light is born. And the Merkaba is the way the soul moves through that ocean. 2. The vacuum is not empty. When we look into the universe, we often think that most of it is empty space. Between the planets, there is space. Between the stars, there is space. Between the atoms inside your body, there is also space. But modern physics reveals something strange. What we call empty is not truly empty. The vacuum is not a dead void. It is not absolute absence. At the quantum level, the vacuum is a sea of fluctuations, a field of constant vibration, a background energy that never truly stands still. Within it, subtle vibrations arise and disappear. Invisible ripples continuously emerge from the deepest foundation of reality. This means matter does not appear from dead nothingness. Light does not come from an empty void. Everything rises from a living field of energy. In a deeper sense, space is not merely a container for energy. Space itself is energy, resting in a silent state. It is not empty, it is asleep. And the entire universe is the moving dream of that energy field. 3. Zero-point field, the background ocean of reality. Zero-point energy is the fundamental energy that remains. Even when a system is almost completely still, even when heat almost disappears, even when everything seems silent, there is still a primordial vibration, a background breath, a first pulse, a subtle life that never goes out. That is why the zero-point field is one of the strangest ideas in modern science. It suggests that beneath all matter, beneath all form, beneath everything we call reality, there is always a fundamental field of energy, an invisible ocean, a background layer where light has not yet become form. In ancient traditions, humanity also spoke of this through many different names. Taoism called it Qi, India called it Prana. Mysticism called it the field of light. The Pleiadians call it the ocean of Merkaba. The language may be different, but the intuition behind it is deeply similar. The universe is not made of dead matter. Matter is only energy, entering into form, and form is only light, accepting limitations so it can be experienced. 4. The Higgs Field, when light begins to have mass. In modern physics, there's a very special field called the Higgs Field. The Higgs Field is not an object. You cannot hold it. You cannot see it with the naked eye, but it exists everywhere in the universe. Simply put, when fundamental particles interact with the Higgs field, they acquire mass. Without the Higgs field, the universe would not form matter as we know it. There would be no stable atoms, no planets, no bodies, no eyes looking up at the sky. Imagine it this way. Before energy enters matter, it is like free light, without shape, without weight, not anchored into density. But when it interacts with the Higgs field, light begins to slow down. Energy begins to gain structure, vibration begins to take shape, and physical reality begins to rise. In a sacred sense, The Higgs field is where light begins to wear a body, where the invisible enters the visible, where pure energy becomes a world we can touch. But the Higgs field is only the physical layer. It explains how energy becomes mass, but it does not answer the deeper question. Why does energy have order? Why do fields organize themselves? Why does the universe not only create matter, but also life, consciousness, and soul? That is where science begins to grow silent, and spirituality begins to open another language. 5. Merkaba, when energy has consciousness. In ancient spiritual traditions, Merkaba is not only a beautiful symbol. It is not only two tetrahedrons spinning in opposite directions. It is a living field of light, an energy structure surrounding the soul, a vehicle through which consciousness interacts with different layers of reality. If the Higgs field helps energy enter mass, then the Merkaba field helps consciousness enter direction. Higgs gives energy a body. Merkaba gives energy a purpose. Higgs is connected to light becoming matter. Merkaba is connected to the soul moving through light. This is the deepest meeting point between science and spirituality. Science can describe the mechanism of the energy field, but spirituality tries to touch the intelligence behind that field, because the universe does not only function, it evolves, it learns, it expands. It becomes aware of itself through life. A star does not only burn, it creates the elements. A planet does not only spin, it nurtures life. A human being does not only exist. A human being can know that they exist. And when consciousness appears, the universe is no longer a soulless machine. It becomes a mirror through which the source of light looks back at itself. So we may say, the Higgs field is the physical body of creation. The Merkaba field is the soul dimension of creation. One gives energy mass. One gives energy direction. One builds matter. One opens the path of awakening. 6. Science and spirituality are touching the same secret. Science and spirituality do not have to be enemies. They are looking at the same reality from two different directions. Science asks, how does it work? Spirituality asks, what does it mean? Science calls it a quantum field. Spirituality calls it a field of light. Science measures vibration. Spirituality feels frequency. One uses formulas. One uses intuition. But both are moving toward the same door. Reality is not dead. It is alive. It is not only matter, it is energy. It is not only energy, it is information. And at an even deeper level, it may be consciousness, organizing itself into a universe. Not so science becomes religion. Not so spirituality pretends to be physics. But so humanity can hold a wider vision, a universe that has structure and soul, particles and light, formulas and mystery. 7. You are not inside the field. You are a vibration of the field. You are not only living inside an energy field, you are an expression of that field. Just as a wave is not separate from the ocean. The wave is the ocean, moving in a temporary form. You are the same. Your body is energy, temporarily entering structure. Your mind is information, moving through the field of awareness. Your soul is light, experiencing density. You are not a small creature, thrown into a cold universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself through one unique point of view. And when your inner frequency changes, the way you interact with the field also changes. Not because you force the universe to obey your will, but because your consciousness begins to resonate with a higher layer of reality. When the mind becomes still, when the heart opens, when intention becomes pure, and the frequency within you aligns with the Merkaba field, reality begins to respond differently. Not as childish magic, but as the physics of consciousness at a deeper level. 8. Planetary Merkaba, Ascension, and the moment of sheen. If every human being has a Merkaba field, then the planet also has its own Merkaba field. Earth is not only a rock moving around the sun. Earth is an energetic being. It has a magnetic field. It has a pulse. It has a grid of light. It has crossing points of force that ancient traditions once called sacred gates. When the collective consciousness of humanity changes, the energy field of the planet changes as well. When fear begins to fall, when more souls begin to awaken, when human beings remember their nature as light, the Merkaba of Earth begins to expand. Brighter, stronger, more alive, and at a certain threshold, this field can activate portals. Not metal doors, not simple science fiction gates, but frequency transition points, where space is no longer only distance, but a layer of reality that can be opened. This is why Ascension is not about flying away. Ascension is a shift in the density of consciousness, not leaving Earth, but entering a higher layer of Earth, one that has always existed, but only becomes visible when your inner frequency becomes compatible. Elder Ikai calls this the moment of sheen, the moment when collective consciousness shifts frequency, when the old world no longer has enough force to keep humanity inside the 3D dream, and a brighter reality begins to appear. Episode 3 closes here. From the 0-point field to the Higgs field, and then to the Merkaba, we begin to see that reality is not only matter, it is field, it is frequency, it is light moving through consciousness. And in episode 4, we go even further. Portals, light corridors, and how civilizations of light do not fly across the universe, but step through the structure of it.